everybody, it is Monday the 14th of August and this is the start of another weekly training vlog. If you watched last week's video, a bit of an injury going on at the moment, so running has been put on pause. That doesn't mean that the training stops though, we're always moving ahead. We just need to adapt. What is the Bear Grylls ones, like adapt, overcome or whatever, I don't know. That's what we're doing today. Might as well be in the SAS myself. Well, today I'm actually not doing anything because it's a rest day. I actually woke up and then I've just finished work and I was like, okay, time to go to the gym. What am I doing? And then I remembered, you're not doing anything today. It's a rest day. So nothing to do today other than thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner. We went to do our weekly shop yesterday, so there's lots of things in the house for me to pick from. I'm not sure if I want to go salmon or burgers or chicken Kievs. You know, the world's my oyster. Maybe might even just make some simple pasta. So the plan for the rest of the week is to mix in some cycling, elliptical, and then also, I've mentioned her before, but there's a runner called Philly Bowden who has a YouTube channel which I follow and I really like, and I'll leave a link down in the below. But she mentioned recently that one of her, the things that she likes to do if she's got, a little injury, a little niggle, is to go and do jogging, but actually in water, because obviously, it kind of supports, it's less impact on your joints, but you can still practice that movement to get those muscles nice and rebuilt. So I'm probably going to go to the swimming pool sometime this week as well. So yeah, lots to look forward to. I know I was a bit down yesterday about the whole running thing. I am still sad, obviously, love running, but not going to let it drag me down for too long. Well, it shouldn't, hopefully, it's not like a big injury, so it shouldn't take too long to heal. So, I think worst things worst, we just don't run this week. I can't envisage, fingers crossed, it being so bad that I'm off running for a while. So that's the plan. I was a bit sad about it yesterday, but we're back. We've woken up fresh, had a nice evening yesterday watching some films. So yeah, positive mental attitude is what we're going into this week. But for today, not much else to do today other than, like I said, decide what I'm going to have for dinner. It is Tuesday now, just got off of work. I'm heading up to the swimming pool this evening. I had to book a time slot. The swimming pool never used to require booking a time slot, and then over COVID they started that. And now they're just too lazy to turn it back the other way. So I still need to book a time slot, even though it's incredibly inconvenient. So I do actually have 2 hours before I can actually go swimming. So making dinner, that's on at the moment. I'll have that and let it digest so I don't get my cramps, even though I'm pretty sure that that's a myth. I probably actually don't need to bother going to the swimming pool because it's raining quite heavily, so I could just stand outside for a little bit. But yeah, that's the plan. Heading up to the swimming pool. No distance in mind or whatever. I'm not a very good swimmer. I used to not be able to swim when I was younger because I had a bunch of ear issues that made it really painful. So I never really learned how to swim well. I can do it. In a survival situation, I think I would hang on for at least a couple of minutes, which is promising. But yeah, I'm gonna go try and swimming, just go for as long as I can be bothered to, and then pop back home. Hi guys, I'm back from the pool. It's nearly like 9 o'clock. Like I said, got to the pool around 7:15, and then obviously did quite a few lengths there. The first 45 minutes were lovely. It was literally just me on my own, just going back and forth along the pool. And then after that, like, this family came in, and it was one of those families that the kids just, do anything and the parents just let them do anything. So that was quite irritating after that, because they kept like going over into the lane, swimming lane, and like jumping in the pool and everything. So yeah, I powered through the last little bit just because I just couldn't be bothered to be sharing the pool with them anymore. But overall, I did 2 kilometers in total. Well, you'll see it when I do the stats, but I'm not a very good swimmer. I used to swim when I was really little, but then as I was growing up, I sort of like developed this problem with my ear. That meant like going underwater, swimming incredibly painful. So then I couldn't swim for ages. It's fixed now. I still get some pain if I go quite deep down, but other than that, it's all right. But because I missed out on swimming for so long, my technique, well, it just doesn't exist, essentially. My front stroke, freestyle, whatever you want to call it, whatever country you're in, is an abomination, incredibly slow, very inefficient. My best one is the breaststroke, because that was the one that I liked the most when I was younger, so I kind of remember how to do that. But yeah, swimming is supposed to be one that you can do that's like really nice and easy on your heart. Because my swimming style at the moment is incredibly inefficient, I just cannot like keep moving through the water without making my heart rate go up, because I've not worked out the breathing and how to be the most efficient in the water, blah, 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 blah. I am going to, my pool does like adult improver swimming lessons in the fall, which I might sign up for and do that, because, you know, why not learn a skill, improve there. So yeah, let's just go through the stats. So here we go, like I said, 2,000 meters, that's 2 kilometers. That's quick maths in my head, are you impressed? Average pace was 3 minutes and 4 seconds per 100 meter. Total moving time was 1 hour and 4 seconds. Sorry, 1 hour, 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Heart rate graph there, heart rate zones there. Like I said, I'm not the most efficient swimmer. Training effect and some nice base there. So overall, yeah, quite enjoyed it. I do have a slight issue. I'm trying to work out like the best position for my goggles to be on, because they're either too loose and they let in water, or they're too tight and then I get a headache, and I've got a bit of a headache right now. But other than that, the swim was nice. Yeah, 2 kilometers is nothing to sniff at, I suppose. Joints feel good, which is the whole point of going swimming. So like I said, trying to come back from an injury, and swimming is a nice low impact exercise. But other than that, it is 9 o'clock, and because I've been out of the house for the 2 hours that I probably eat quite a lot of snacks, I have a lot of food to catch up on. So I'm going to go raid the cupboards and find something to fill me up for overnight. It is now Wednesday. It is about 5:30. I am about to head up to the gym. Again, not running today, might run tomorrow, depending on how I feel. But today I'm going up to the gym to use the road bike machine. It's a little bit wet, a little bit gross outside today. Plus it's a good excuse to go to the gym so that I can also do some weight training as well. So that's the plan. Having to wait a little bit before I go off, because I was an idiot and didn't make sure that my headphones were charged. So they're currently charging. You've got fast charging, so hopefully you shouldn't have to stay around here too long, because I do not want to have to go to the gym and work out without music, because then I just have to listen to whatever playlist is playing from the speakers, and then I get to listen to all the wonderful grunts of people lifting too much weight. But yeah, so that's the plan for today. So done in the gym, just walking back home. I was a little bit silly, so I was picking a route to do on the road bike, and I picked a good one, and I wanted to do like, you know, long and just nice and easy. And there are the bike that is at the gym, like you can pick like real life routes, and it'll like match like the gradients and everything on it. So I picked one that just had like quite a low average gradient. So I was like, okay, that should be fine, should be easy. What I failed to remember is that if you've got a really steep hill like route that goes really steep up and really steep down, it will still show as having you know, a low average gradient. So I started, the first little bit was fine, that was a bit flat, and I thought, okay, this is fine. And then very quickly we got to the very steep uphill. I think like the max, like there's like a few bits of it which were like 9% gradient up the hill. So that was horrible. Did it though, but yeah, no, very sweaty. So I did that for about like 10 kilometers. It's about just under like half an hour. So I did that. It's a bit of a warm up, more of a warm up than I had anticipated. And then I just did some weights. So been working on my upper body strength. Just for the bike, it's really helpful when you're cycling, because obviously your arms hold you up and your core and things like that. So that's all I did there. Just, yeah, all right time in the gym. I'm heading back home. I need to stop by the shops, which I wasn't planning to, but we keep our like salt and pepper on the counter, and one of our cats decided his favourite thing is when he's not being fed quick enough to his liking, he'll just start doing things to annoy us, to try and convince us to. So yeah, to annoy us today, he knocked over the glass salt shaker, and that smashed. So I need to go buy more salt, because I'm not eating bland food. I'm sorry, I'm not one of those white people that people make memes about. I like seasoning, and obviously salt is not a seasoning in and of itself, but in with a mix of other things, oh, top notch. So yeah, need to go do that. Hello everybody, it is Friday. Thank goodness the working week is over. I don't know about you guys, but today was a little bit chaotic for me at work, but got through it and done now. I'll be completely real with you all. I've not been feeling great the past couple of days. At work, there's been sort of a viral stomach bug going round. Even though it's weird, even though my department doesn't work in the office, we work from home. I still go into the actual work quite frequently. So I've managed to, even though I technically don't work on site, I've managed to pick up an on-site bug. Which isn't the best. It's not too bad. I typically have an incredibly strong immune system because when I was younger, I did not care about hygiene at all. So I built up quite the tolerance, but yeah, really not feeling good. I've got a really high fever. Digestively, I'm not going to go into too much information there, but you can probably guess from where I'm going with that, what I'm suffering with. So thought it wouldn't be the worst thing to give myself an extra rest day this week, especially because goal is hopefully next week should be able to be back into the running. It's been a sad week, but yeah, I am happy today though because I decided to try and buy. Sorry, just because you're not getting any training updates today, you might as well get a life update. So I wanted to buy a cycling computer because I'm planning on buying a new bike. I've got things in the woodwork set up to be able to get that shortly because I did cave. But only because a bike was on sale for a very good price. Anyway, not that. So anyway, I wanted to buy a cycling computer and Garmin. I wanted one that was Garmin just because I have a heart rate monitor from Garmin, watch obviously, and I just wanted it to work in that ecosystem, whatever. So I wanted the Garmin 840. So there's 3 ones that they do in the current range: 540, 840, 1040. Normally the 540 I probably wouldn't have minded because it's button only, and to be honest I don't really use touchscreen, but apparently the update from the last model 530, the button layout and how it works in the actual menus is quite clunky. So I thought 840 would be good because it has the same specs feature-wise as the 1040, but the 1040 is just a little bit bigger and has bigger battery life, but it's quite a bit more expensive. So I thought 840 would be best for me. It's also a little bit more compact on the bars. I managed to find on Garmin a very good discount code for the 1040 that made it the same price as the 840. I looked everywhere, couldn't find any discount codes for the 840 in the UK, and I was like, ugh, you know, I really wanted the 840. I didn't really want it to be as big as the 1040, but I was like, well, if it's the same price, if I can get a discount for a 1040, it'd be kind of silly to not get it. But then, oh, thank goodness for my US connections, because I've found a hack. So my in-laws live in Massachusetts, go New England, and they're coming over in a couple of weeks' time to Scotland. Now, because of the way that US sales tax works for online purchases, you only need to pay sales tax when you order it if the website you're buying from either has, you know, a warehouse or a headquarters in your state. Some states have got rules around this, so like New York and loads of other places have it so that you have to pay sales tax, you know, kind of regardless essentially. Massachusetts doesn't. So I managed to order it online from a US retailer without paying sales tax, and the conversion between US dollars and Great British pounds meant that I've managed to get the cycling computer that's normally £450 in thereabouts in the UK for £350 once that's been converted over. And obviously I don't have to pay shipping costs because it's just getting brought along with me. Because usually how it's supposed to work, but I don't think anybody in the US actually does this, is if they don't charge you sales tax up front, you're supposed to keep all of your email receipts and then go on when you do your tax return at the end of the year and pay that sales tax that you owe. I'm not a US resident, baby, so I don't have to do a tax return at the end of the year. So I basically don't have to pay tax on this. So I saved a bunch of money from that conversion and finding out that hack. So see, I did a video about saving money. I am the queen of a discount, of a bargain, of saving money on things. So, you know, crack open a book, write this down, because I'm giving you some lessons here. But yeah, so other than that, not much going on today. Might record a video, don't really know. But yeah, Friday, pretty much uneventful. Tomorrow is supposed to be an incredibly crappy day for weather where I live. So kind of up in the air what I'm going to do tomorrow, but I guess you'll find out. So it is Saturday now. Interesting plan for the day. So we're going to go pick up a bike rental because I'm wanting to get a road bike that typically have like the drop handlebars, which I've gone around like a couple laps in the store once when I was looking at a bike. But yeah, so I'm not really used to those. I've only really used flat handlebars. So I didn't want to get a bike and then, you know, like drop it because I wasn't confident on those handlebars. So we're going to rent a bike for like 4 hours that has drop handlebars and just go to a car park and me practice my handling on that bike. Because that way if I drop it, it's not my bike, is it? So that's the plan. And then I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do today. I'm really not feeling great past couple of days. Like I said, I think I've got a bit of a sickness bug. I've not been sleeping very well. It's hard to get to sleep, and then my actual sleep is very like disrupted. You know, my Garmin's saying that my heart rate variability is just terrible. So I do think I've got a little tiny bug because my stomach is sore as well. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure because I've just been going to the gym the past few days just because I've been feeling a bit crap, and for some reason going to the gym feels easier than doing something outside. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do exercise-wise this evening. So we are back from picking up the rental bike and I'm in a car park about to get started. So let's take a look at the trusty steed. So here he is. It's Merida, never heard of that brand, Ride 100. It looks quite old. It's got room brakes, very thin 25 tyres. Doesn't look the best, but for what it needs to do, with just me get used to these handlebars, it'll do fine. So this actually went incredibly well. I jumped on and like I said, I was just supposed to be trying to get used to the handling, how it felt using those drop handlebars that you find on road bikes. So I was going around changing between going from the hoods and the drops, just getting used to the handlebars being a little bit more narrow, and it actually felt a lot more natural than I thought it would.
This is a lot easier than I thought it would be.
I was surprised at how easy I found it. I mean, I pretty much jumped on the bike the first time and there was no problems at all. I think I just built it up in my head because typically, you know, I'm not the most naturally athletic or coordinated. So yeah, I'd kind of put myself down before even really giving myself a good shot, but it actually worked out really well and it's given me a lot of confidence for the future. So, the rest of the weekend did not go to plan. I came home after dropping off the bike yesterday, so I was all set to either go for a bike ride, a run, or head to the gym, when I started to feel ill. Like, really ill. I was so exhausted that I could barely walk around. I had a massive headache and I felt nauseous. So that wrote off yesterday, and now I am sitting in bed on Sunday feeling like utter crap. And there is about a 0.1% chance of me actually doing anything today other than just drinking lots of water, orange juice, and some plain pasta with some salt and butter. So yeah, not the best way to end the week. The illness really has, you know, magnified over the past couple of days. So really feeling crap, and I'm focusing my energy today, what little I have, on trying to recover so that hopefully I am not wiped out for the whole next week. So that is the end of the video. If you did like it, please consider leaving a like and a comment. If you want to see more videos in the future, please consider subscribing. Obviously this week's video is a bit of a disappointment, not much going on, so I do have a bonus video that will be coming out shortly after this one, so keep tuned for that. Again, apologies, my body just is not wanting to cooperate. First the injury and now the illness, but we will get stronger together, we will move forward, and this will not be the end of me.